Nice Saturday afternoon in Nashville. It is Game 3. Oklahoma visiting Vanderbilt. The Sooners at 6-8 in SEC play for veteran coach Skip Johnson. 23-11 overall. Tim Corbin's Commodores 21-15. Right at 500 in conference action at 7-7. Kevin Ingham alongside Andrew Harris. It is great to have you with us for Game 3 of this series. It's been interesting the last couple days. Vanderbilt won 10-5 in the opener on Thursday. It was Oklahoma 13-11 last night. This is a really important game for these teams as we reach the midpoint in SEC play.
Yeah, Kevin, we've kind of seen a little bit of everything in this entire series. Back on Thursday, saw really good starting pitching. Yesterday, not so much. It was a lot of offense. I mean, 24 runs between the two of them. It would be really important for both offenses to score first, grab that momentum.
Yeah, a lot of momentum for Oklahoma last night. 2 grand slams for the Sooners really made the difference in the game, tying the game and going in front.
Yeah, 4th inning, Camden Johnson tied this game up at 9 with a grand slam. It was a huge point in the game. Oklahoma was able to come back there. And then the 6th, Dayton LaChance took a 4-run lead, and that would be the winning runs. A big time blast right there to the opposite field. You see Camden Johnson had the grand slam, but also had a 3-run home run in the first that got their scoring going.
He had a terrific night. 7 RBIs, 8 in this series, 19 and 14 SEC games. That by far leads Oklahoma in their 14 SEC contest. So we get ready for Game 3. This guy's typically been the Game 2 starter for Vanderbilt throughout SEC play, Wyatt Neto. Right-hander making start number 6, the freshman from Maine. You see what he has done on the season at 6'6" and about 240 pounds. Started at Texas A&M last week in Game 2, 4 2/3 innings, couple hits, 4 earned runs, 8 walks, 6 strikeouts. For the Sooners, they have swung the bats definitely last night. 307 team average in the series, 4 home runs. Trey Gamble has been terrific. He has gone 5 for 8 in the series. We'll see Jason Walk, Jackson Willits, and Trey Gamble. Top half of the first inning for OU.
Yesterday, Kevin, it was a long game. A lot of back and forth. There was a lot of energy expended from both teams. So if you're Oklahoma, you're trying to get out early here. If you're Vandy, you want to get a quick 1-2-3 and get that offense in.
Yeah, getting a 1-2-3 inning was a tough thing in last night's game. Underway from the Music City with ball 1. Outside ball 2 to Jason Walk at 2:45, making his 32nd start. The junior and center fielder for Oklahoma. Neto needs a strike, and he gets it right down the middle, 2-1. Game last night for Oklahoma, we talked about the grand slams. Their first time with 2 slams in one game since 2022, and they did it against Baylor back in the Big 12 days. Neto's 2-1 pitch, in for strike 2. Walk has seen 4 pitches, yet to swing the bat. He is 3 for 8 in this series, 1 for 5, scored 2 runs in Game 2 last night. 2 for 3, a double, a walk, run scored in Game 1. Out on strikes here, Reynolds completes the strikeout, 1 out.
And that right there is the pitch sequence you're going to see a lot from Neto. It's a fastball, it's a hard fastball at 96, 97, and then he finishes it off with a slider right there, right at the bottom. See, he's jacked up there, getting off on a good foot.
Jackson Willits, the shortstop now. 1 out in the Oklahoma first. Willits on the season at 311. 10 doubles to lead OU. 2 triples, 2 homers, 25 knocked in. See a good OPS at 934. SEC plays at 327. Off the mitt to the backstop, 2-0. 2 hits in the series, both were last night. Both were doubles after going 0 for 4 in the opener. 2-0 from Neto. Falling behind to the first 2 hitters, 3 balls and no strikes here to Willits. Andrew, you look at that pitch mix. Good power stuff for number 88.
Yeah, the cutter and the changeup are big time pitches. I mean, you don't see many changeups riding up there, peaking at about 90. But you got a fastball that can get up there 97, especially a hard cutter. It's just a lot of hard stuff.
Trying to battle back, but loses Willits to a 1-out walk. Oklahoma has its first base runner. Willits heads to first, and Trey Gamble,
now batting the left fielder, number 20, Trey Gamble,
who He's had 5 hits in the series overall. 3 in game 1 with 2 doubles, and 2 for 4 last night with a walk and 2 runs scored. Senior from Utah. Leading the way at a .337 clip this season. See that OPS with 4 digits. Conference play .367. 1.115 OPS. Short lead at first for Willits, an Oklahoma team that likes to run. Willits on the season 3 for 3. One of the lower steal totals in this lineup. You have 4 guys with at least 12 among the first 5 hitters. One ball count, runner stays put, fouled out of play, 1-1. Oklahoma has 80 steals in the season, but we saw Reynolds gun down a runner for the 2nd straight night. He has cut down 10 of 17 base stealers on the season. He has really done a good job, the freshman, controlling the run game.
And he's done it a lot. You know, they have done some pitch outs, but a lot of it is, you know, he's just got a really good quick catch and release. And he puts that ball right into the sliding lane. But what Oklahoma does a good job of is just diverting the attention, even the threat of the steal. As a pitcher, you kind of always got to put that in the back of your mind. And even if you're not stealing, just the possibility that they might kind of draws that attention over there a little bit more. Maybe you're not as fine on your location, you're not as fine on some of your pitches, and just makes that hitter that much of a better pitcher.
Another close pitch. 3 balls and 1 strike. Take a look at this pitch to Gamble. Boy, that looked good.
Yeah, it did.
Brian DeBrouwer behind the plate today. Another throw over. 3-1 the count to Gamble. Careful here. 3-1 count. So back-to-back walks, close pitches. But Neto loses Gamble, and now Brock's going to come to the plate with 2 aboard, the cleanup man for OU.
And the walks are kind of what got Neto last weekend against Texas A&M. Had 8 walks in that outing. You see today so far, 10 balls, 5 strikes.
Well, now it's Brendan Brock, one of the big power sources in this lineup for Oklahoma. 296, 8 home runs to lead the way, 35 RBIs, also first on their team. 2 for 6 in the series, 0 for 2, 3 walks last night. Scored 3 times. 2 for 4 night with a run driven in game 1. And a bit of a Bronx cheer from the crowd after strike 1 to Brock. Did not see Neto get the high strike call to Gamble, especially in that last at bat. Fastball to make it 0-2.
Let's see if he goes with the slider here away. He went down.
And for all the damage Oklahoma did with the home run last night, that's not typically been how they've driven in their runs. They've really used their speed this season. 34 home runs, including the 3 last night. That's 13th in the SEC. Pick back to second will keep Willits close. One-two pitch due to Brock. Neto gets a swing and a miss. High fastball. Brock couldn't get it. A big second out. But now another tough hitter coming up for Oklahoma.
And you can see right there the importance of getting that high fastball call from home plate umpire Brian DeBrouwer. He was able to get 2 high fastballs called, and then he just gets a little bit higher up changes the eye angle of the hitter and gets him to swing through it.
Camden Johnson off his first career multi-home run game. And a career-high 7 RBIs, a 3-run blast early, and a grand slam in the middle of last night's game to tie it. Up the middle, Waite is right there. Takes a short route to retire the side. So a couple base runners for Oklahoma. Some good work by Wyatt Neto. Nothing for OU. Vanderbilt coming up. Right-hander Wyatt Neto working around a couple walks to keep Oklahoma off the board in the first. Bottom half of inning number 1. Beautiful Saturday, Hawkins Field in Nashville for game 3. Caden Leon gets a start. He is a right-hander from Austin, Texas, 6 feet and a sophomore. This is his first start of the season for a guy who has made a lot of appearances on the year. This is his 15th appearance. And he did pitch in game 1 against Vanderbilt. But was not out there for very long. 1 hit, 2 earned runs. Not recording it out. And over on the Vanderbilt side of things, a batting order for Coach Tim Corbin's team for game 3. See Braden Holcomb hit a home run last night, a 2-run shot. That was his first bomb in a few weeks. And on down the lineup, Carter Johnstone playing first base today and getting the start. Number 8 spot in the batting order, Mancini, Johnston, Johnstone, and then Braden Holcomb for the Vandy boys.
Yeah, Kevin, I think last night Holcomb might have heard you talking about him and said, hey, it's been a while since we've seen a home run. And he might have taken it personally and said, I'll show you.
And he pointed up here after you crossed the plate. Now, that was good to see. He had a rocket out of here to the stands in left field.
It was good to see Austin Nye in the dugout. He had the sling around him and the brace. I mean, I think he had surgery, and good to see him back around the team. Definitely a guy that they could use in the weekend, but I don't think we'll see him the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's made it tough for Vanderbilt's pitching staff. You're losing a guy who you figured would be a key part. Well, this guy leading off has been key, Mike Mancini. Breaking pitch for a strike. 346, a dozen home runs, 36 RBIs. 2 of those homers were in game 1 on Thursday. 3 for 8 in the series, all 3 hits in game 1. 2 homers and a double. To the backstop, 0-2.
And from Caden Leon, we'll see a heavy fastball similar to what we see from Neto, but the off speed a lot slower. I mean, it's a slow curveball. It's tops out about 83. Got a good changeup as well. So not as much as the hard breaking ball or the harder changeup we see from Neto. It's a little bit slower, so got to adjust the timing a little bit.
Shift to the right side, pitch outside for ball 1. Mancini tied for 9th in the SEC in home runs with 12, 6th in slugging and an OPS, and 7th in walks with 29. 1-2 pitch. It's strike 3 called. Saw that pitch a couple times during the at-bat. Mancini gone to begin the Vanderbilt first. Leon off to a good start.
Yeah, and you saw, just recognized that pitch a little bit too late. Saw the ball up, said, all right, that's going to be a ball, and then it just dropped right back in the strike zone. I'll be interested to see Mancini's second at-bat after he's able to see that pitch another time.
4 for 8 series for Brody Johnston, the Commodore sophomore third baseman. Fastball off the plate for ball 1. 1 for 4, walk, 2 knocked in. Scored a run last night. 3 for 4 with a double and an RBI in game 1. Great numbers across the board. Top 10 in the SEC in batting average at .361. That's good for 7. Right down the middle with a heater to make it 2-1. Leon working fast, ready to throw. 2-1 to Johnston. Lays off a pitch away. 3 balls and a strike. Peel to first didn't go. Clint Lawson, the first base umpire today.
That was a solid pitch. A nice job by Johnston to lay off of it.
3 ball, 1 strike count with 1 out. Cuts it loose, 3-2.
Yeah, he did. That was a fastball that had a little arm side run, but that was a healthy hack there. 3-1 by Johnston.
The payoff with 1 away. Called third strike. Johnston taking a couple steps toward first base. Outer edge for strike 3 with the fastball. 2 outs.
That was a pretty solid pitch right there. Yeah, caught the outside corner.
Nice pitch by Caden Leon. Back-to-back, caught looking. Now it's Logan Johnstone. Logan has had a hit in each of the first 2 games of the series. 2 for 8 overall. Double last night. Walked and scored a run. Drove in a run. Senior out of Los Gatos, California. And a regular in right field, his brother in the lineup today. Leon trying to sit him down. 1-2-3. Pitches down. 2 balls and no strikes. Comes up empty with a big swing. 2 balls and 1 strike count. Johnstone can reach. We'll see Braden Holcomb in the Commodore first. Well, you saw the catcher LaChance hold it for an extra beat, but the count's 3-1. Commodores looking for their first base runner after a couple strikeouts to start the day. Swinging 3-1, lines it to center field. Gonna hang up long enough and walk. Gets over to make the catch to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Vandy boys in the first. No score after 1 in game 3. Had a 48-minute first inning yesterday. A little cleaner today as we go to the second. No score. Vanderbilt and Oklahoma in game 3. Two terrific coaches. Skip Johnson looking to get his team back into the tournament for the 5th consecutive year. Coach Tim Corbin, 19 straight tournament appearances, longest streak in the country. Both these guys have taken their teams to Omaha. Back in 2022, Oklahoma finished as runner-up, and 5 times under Coach Corbin for this Vanderbilt program. Skip Johnson, over 700 career wins. Last night's victory, number 290, head coach of the Sooners. Ryan Neto facing Dayton LaChance, one of the heroes of last night's game to start off the second. Junior from Quebec. Hit the second of 2 grand slams, went the opposite way, right down the right field line, giving Oklahoma the lead. Head on the count here, 2 balls and no strikes. In on the fist and over the screen, 2-1. Nice catch.
Nice.
Didn't even stand up, just made the play.
So what are we on now, Kevin? What, 2 for 13,
yeah,
I think we are?
Yeah, 2 for 13 sounds about right. You've been tracking that throughout the season. Full foul. Even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. LaChance 3 hits in the series. A home run in each game. And those have been his first 2 home runs of the season. Grand slam last night, 2-run shot on Thursday in game 1.
And that grand slam was on a pretty good pitch, too. He's just a really tall guy, got long arms, just reached out on the outside corner and slapped it with some extra juice over the 320 sign in right field.
Count stays 2-2 on a foul ball. Right on that pitch and fouls it back. Neto's 2-2 again. Stays alive, just got a piece. He back with a fastball.
A nice little battle here. You've got Neto, who is continuing to fill up the zone with strikes, but LaChance been spoiling them all. Got to find a way to maybe peek off the outside corner and get him to chase here. Well, he tried.
Yeah, just got out in front of it, pulled a foul.
Probably would have bounced right in front of Reynolds, but yeah, Neto just found a way to continuing to spoil those pitches. He's seen pretty much every pitch in Neto's arsenal here so far.
Continues to throw strikes on 2-2, and LaChance continues to foul him off. Behind the plate today, LaChance. Saw him at first base last night. Did a good job to start the 3-6-3 double play that ended the night. 10th pitch of this at bat here in the second inning to start off the frame. Over everybody's head in the third base dugout. They broke something down there.
Maybe one of the heaters.
Yeah. Did he go? The throw down by Reynolds, and it's a strikeout of LaChance. So after fouling off multiple pitches on 2-2, Neto wins the battle as he records his 3rd strikeout.
Yeah, continues to go high fastball, high fastball, high fastball, and then a little cutter down in the zone. Wasn't able to hold up.
Nolan Stevens in the DH role. Didn't see him last night. 1 for 4 in game 1. 4 home runs. A couple of those in the last 2 games before Oklahoma came to Nashville to play. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
They went slider, then cutter, and now we'll see if he finishes them off. Fastball up in the zone. Nope, went right back to it.
You've seen him throw that cutter in different locations to these hitters. He went up till a chance that he fouled off. Got him on a pitch down. Reynolds again completes the strikeout. That's 4 for Neto. For the first 5 outs recorded on the K. 2 gone.
Just continues to get a lot of swing and miss right over the barrel. And it's easy to say as a fan, you're like, why are they swinging at that? But out of the hand, that looks like identical to the fastball. It's going to stay straight, but no, it cuts right underneath your bat. And by the time it's in the dirt, you've already made your full commitment to swing.
15th start of the season for Dayton Taki. 7 for 38 with 2 home runs. Senior from Fort Worth. Got out of the game at first base in game 1. Foul ball. Neto jumping in front here in the second, trying to get all 3 on strikeouts. Long look by Neto, and the 0-2 pitch stays away. About as hot as we've seen that fastball run at 97. Appeal. Strike 3. Wyatt Neto outstanding in the second. He strikes out all 3 hitters he faces. First, it was Dayton LaChance, a long battle. Gets him on a pitch down. Same thing, pitch in the dirt to Stevens. And Taki out on strikes. 5 Ks for Neto. No score in the second. Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. Scenes from downtown, a lot of familiar places. Right away in 2nd Avenue, a couple miles away, Hawkins Field on the Vanderbilt campus. Beautiful Saturday for baseball, game 3. Baseball jerseys, hockey jerseys. Preds game coming up downtown a little bit later on. Bottom half of the second coming up. No score, Vandy and Oklahoma. Team split the first 2. Ball 1 to cleanup man, Braden Holcomb. Comes in at .310, 22 extra base hits, 12 of those home runs. Hit the 12th one last night. It's Caden Leon who got Vanderbilt in order in the first. 2 strikeouts and a line out to center, the junior from Orlando. Double in game 1, home run last night. Back out of play, 2 for 6 in the series. Tied for 10th in the SEC in home runs with 12, tied with Mike Mancini, his teammate. Leon's 2-1 pitch. High fly, right field. Brock circles under it near the line. Drifting over toward that wall, which gets to you in a hurry. Hung with it, made the catch, and maybe a little shaken up.
Yeah, I got him right in the ribs. No foul territory down there. Especially you reach up and, yeah, right on the top. Let me knock the breath out of you a little bit. I will say, it was nice, though, there were pads. They have not always had pads down there. It was just a brick wall that legitimately had to run through.
A little more padding than there used to be, that's for sure. Here's Tommy Gooden with 1 out. Doubled and scored a run in game 2 last night. 0 for 3 in game 1. 1 for 5 in the series. DH spot for Gooden today. Plenty of power from the left side. Had some dramatic swings this season out of play. 1-1. 311 is average as he makes start number 18. There's 8 home runs and 23 knocked in. Leon's been able to retire the first 4 Vanderbilt hitters. Couldn't get the pitch down and in, 1 and 2. See the average speeds on the pitches. The Oklahoma right-hander. Tried to hit the edge with a fastball. It's 2-2. Good now, and we'll see Riker Wade coming up next. Gooden chases the pitch down. Oklahoma completes the strikeout. We have seen some Ks from both these pitchers so far. That's the 3rd recorded by Leon. 2 outs for Riker Wade.
This is a heck of a pitch right here. A curveball down. The cutter from Neto, the curveball here from Leon. Hitters have a lot of trouble seeing that ball down here on both sides.
Switch hitting Vanderbilt shortstop, the sophomore, from the left side against the right-hander. Trying to get Vanderbilt a base runner. 5 up, 5 down so far. Wade at 296. 2 doubles, or 2 triples to go with 9 doubles and 4 home runs in the season. Fastball for a strike, and Leon quickly in front, 0-2. 2 for 7 series for Wade so far. 1 for 4, drove in 2 last night. Shift employed again by the Sooners. White trying to go the other way down the left field line and foul into the bullpen. Oh, 2. Wait, swing and a miss. Caden Leon outstanding with 4 strikeouts. 6 up and 6 down for the Commodores. We've played 2 in Nashville. Oklahoma and Vanderbilt, no score. Vanderbilt saluting our service members and veterans today. That's Sergeant First Class Joseph James, part of the 101st Airborne Division, throwing out the first pitch today. The greeting from Coach Tim Corbin. That was really cool stuff. And Andrew, he threw a strike?
Yeah, he did. Right there. Tim Corbin does such a great job of honoring our veterans and just instilling that how important that is to the guys. I mean, the first thing that we learn when you come to Vandy and play Vandy baseball is learning how to stand for the anthem.
There's a bunt. Neto off the mound. He got it.
Wow.
What a catch. Kyle Branch trying to put one down. He pops it up. And the 6'6" Vanderbilt right-hander gets off the mound to make the play. 1 out.
I mean, check out the athleticism here. Full extension right into the baseline. Heck of a play there.
And a nice job by Branch to hop over him. 1 out. Jason Walk, a strikeout his first time up. Wyatt Neto issued 2 walks in the first inning, but able to avoid any damage. No score here in the third. Hit well toward the gap, right center field. Johnstone back and watches it sail over the fence. Jason Walk has the Sooners in front. A solo home run to open the scoring with 1 out here in the third.
And that ball went in at 94 and went out at 103. That ball was crushed over the right field wall. Put a real good swing on it here. Missed his spot. Looks like he's supposed to be outside. Went over back in the middle of the plate, and Walk made him pay.
The first home run of the season for Walk, his 8th RBI. Some guys coming into this series that had not gone deep this season and been able to get that done. Here is Jackson Willits. Walked his first time up, was stranded at second back in the first. First hit for either team. Check swing didn't go. 2 balls and no strikes. Walk showed bunt on the first pitch and proceeded to hit it out of here. Neto in the dirt, 3 balls and no strikes. One of the top hitters in this Oklahoma lineup. Willits entering today's play in SEC action at 327. Actually better than his season average of 311. Neto needs a strike. Can't deliver. It's ball 4. 4-pitch walk to the Oklahoma shortstop to bring up Trey Gamble. Neto cruised through the second with 3 strikeouts. He got Branch and a pop-up on a bunt, but then the home run to Walk and a 4-pitch walk to Willits. Gamble reached in a walk his first time up. Cutter stays upstairs for ball 1. And a quick visit from Scott Brown, the Vanderbilt pitching coach. Neto laboring a bit here in the third.
Yeah, good little visit here from Scott Brown. For a guy that past 2 innings has been pretty solid. Struggling to find the zone here after the home run from Walk. And something that Scott Brown does such a great job of is just knowing his pitchers. And I asked him at the beginning of the year, you got so many different staff members on your team now, like in the kindest way possible, like what is your job now? Like because you can delegate so much. And he said, well, a lot of it is just watching our guys. And so like I know exactly, you know, if they're rushing a little bit or they might be coming open a little bit. Like I can watch the little things to, you know, give them a little extra edge out there on the mound.
Well, a lot of the offense has been by the home run, including the solo homer by Walk for a team that had not typically used the long ball that much, at least compared to some of the other SEC teams. The ball count to Gamble. Another throw over with Willits getting back. One thing I'm noticing from the Oklahoma hitters, and I'm not sure if this is an adjustment from previous games, but a lot of them are in the very back part of the batter's box. Watching the lefties, especially with the left foot. Guess to see the pitches from Neto for as long as possible. There's a strike, 1-1.
Yeah, especially with the cutter. Get a couple extra little milliseconds to make those decisions.
Well, it's back safely, 3 for 3 on the season in steal tries. Vanderbilt will love a ground ball at somebody. Break-even pitch with 1 out. Instead, a line drive to right. John Stone can't get it, and this is trouble. Down and goes to the wall. Willits digging for third. He'll stop there. Gamble moves into second, and the Sooners in business here in the third. A run in and runners at second and third with 1 out.
That ball was crushed. That was a fastball. Again, missed his spot. Was supposed to be on the outside corner. Ran back over, middle in. And Gamble, 105 off the bat. An absolute laser to right center field.
Look at Johnstone, couldn't get to it. Now here's Brock with 2 in scoring position. Cleanup man for Oklahoma. For 1, struck out his first time up. One of the 5 strikeouts recorded by Neto. All in the first couple innings. 1 out here in the third. Well, you got a base open with Brock up, but you have Camden Johnson, who hit 2 home runs last night. Neto's 2-0 pitch, swinging back up the middle for a base hit. Big at bat for Brock. He delivers 2 runs. Now trying to get an extra base, and he is out. Willits and Gamble come in to score to give Oklahoma a 3-0 advantage.
A nice job by Brock. Just muscling this thing right into center field. Rigdon comes to get it, bobbles it a little bit, still stays with it, and able to get Brock sliding into second base, but Oklahoma able to score 2.
But 2 outs with Brock out at second base. 8-6 on the putout, but 2 RBIs for Brock in the play. Camden Johnson rolls it foul. 0 for 1, fielder's choice his first time up. Like they did in game 2, Oklahoma jumping in front. They scored 5 in the top half of the first last night. A 3-0 advantage here in the third. Neto's 0-2 pitch, foul ball.
And Kim, it's interesting you mentioned them being far back in the box. Also, everything that Neto throws is hard. I mean, there's nothing like a really slow breaking ball or slow changeup. So you can get back in the box and get as much time as you need.
Lines it to right. Johnstone makes a catch. Side is retired. Oklahoma puts up 3 runs on 3 hits, including a home run and a 2-run single. 3-0 Sooners. Solo home run by Jason Walk. A 2 RBI single by Brendan Brock has OU on the board first, leading Vanderbilt 3-0. Bottom of the third coming up, and the bottom of the order for the Vandy boys. Rigdon, Johnstone, and Reynolds against Caden Leon, who sat down all 6 he has faced so far. You can't draw up a much better day to watch a baseball game than this.
Oh, yeah. So nice.
Temperature just right. A little bit of cloud cover to keep it from getting too warm. And sophomore from Austin has really pitched well so far. His first start of the season, 15th appearance. Switch hitting Vanderbilt center fielder Rustin Rigdon to begin the third. 239 his average. So Vanderbilt respond after Oklahoma put up 5 in the first inning last night. Vanderbilt then proceeded to score 8. Taking advantage of some control issues, but that's not been a problem for Leon so far. The Rooster 1 for 7 in the series. That hit was last night when he drove in 2 runs. He's been on base. He's scored 3 times in the series. Leon, fastball misses away. Well, he's right there on his season high in terms of pitches thrown, but of course this is his first start. 32 last weekend, appearance against Alabama. Sooners won 1 out of 3 in that home series. In for a strike. The back half of their SEC schedule has 3 of the last 5 series in Norman. Vanderbilt has the reverse of that, and there's a walk to Rigdon for Vanderbilt's first base runner. 3-1 pitch misses, and Rigdon heads to first.
Yeah, Commodores need a response. Get down 3 here in the third. Got to find a way to at least punch back a little bit. Now, we've seen this for both games, Kevin. I mean, there's been a lot of just back and forth. One team throws a punch, the other one throws another punch, and it's going to be a fight all day today.
A lot of offense in the first 2 games. Carter Johnstone in the lineup today. Pinch hit, 0 for 1 last night. Guy who played his freshman season at Fullerton last year, was the Big West Freshman of the Year. Here in Nashville, playing with his brother, Logan. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Might have been a little high.
Pretty good sides lead for Rigdon, and draws the throw.
Yeah, that high strike has been a little questionable on both sides. I mean, sometimes it gets called, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, definitely was not being called early in the game. Rigdon 8 for 11 in steal attempts in the season. Bluffs going. The chance popped up ready to throw. 2-1 the count. Leon out of the stretch. Can't land the breaking pitch. 3-1. Working his way into some trouble. Corbin Reynolds on deck for Vanderbilt. It's bottom part of the batting order. Runner goes. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks. 2 on base for Reynolds with nobody out.
Another quality AB by Commodore hitters. Now we just got to find a way to capitalize here. If you're Reynolds, just got to find a way to keep the ball out of the middle of the field on the ground. You don't want to roll over on a ground ball and, you know, just kind of squash that momentum.
Well, it's set down the first 6. 4 on strikeouts, 2 walks. First to Rigdon, then to Johnstone. And starting to get a little activity down in the Oklahoma bullpen. See Isaac Williams, the right-hander, number 33. You know, we talk about it often in these situations, these third games, where you pull out all the stops.
Oh, yeah.
Probably not super patient with your starting pitcher if he gets into trouble. Reynolds shows bunt, brings in the first baseman, Taki. The freshman from Clarksville, we talked about his work behind the plate, at the plate, 282, 4 home runs and 19 RBIs. Showed bunt, does again, pitches down, 2-0.
Yeah, you see Reynolds, they'll show the bunt, and we saw Taki, the first baseman, sprinting in 2 pitches before. That pitch just now, he kind of showed it, pulled it back. So Taki, the first baseman, was coming in, going back. He didn't know what he was supposed to do. I saw him peeking in the dugout like, hey, what do you want? Do you want me to stay back? Do you want me to come in? I don't want to get my head, you know, hit off when he pulls back to slash it, but
Oklahoma starter, 10 balls, 2 strikes in this inning. It's been difficult here in the third. Vanderbilt tried to claw back and answer after Oklahoma put up 3 in the top half of this inning.
At this point in the game, I mean, you got to think you're trying to get those runs. You got the 9-hole hitter up. This is probably the perfect time to lay down a bunt. But if that defense is going to give you an opportunity to shoot one through the hole, he might let him swing away. See if he stays with the bunt or slashes here.
Reynolds stays with the bunt, pulls it back. It's a strike. Again, you had Taki crashing. Vanderbilt, worst case scenario, you flip the lineup over with a couple guys on base. Mancini on deck. Runners at first and second. Runner at second takes off. Pitch up and in. Is it a foul ball or a hit batsman? Yeah, they're going to say Reynolds was hit by a pitch, so the bases will be loaded. You had Rigdon on the move from second on the 2-1 pitch.
Oklahoma is challenging the call of hit by pitch. The play is under review.
Let's see if it got the knob. It may have.
And we've said this exact same play last night, Kevin,
yeah,
with Mancini.
See Brian DeBrouwer there. Tim Corbin will come over for a word. One more look. Did it get the wrist or did it get the knob?
I mean, it definitely got the knob. I think the question is, did it also get the wrist?
Yeah, we did see this exact same thing from the other side of the plate with Mancini in last night's game. Will either be runners at first and second and a 2-2 pitch, or bases loaded with nobody out for Mike Mancini. All right, here's the call.
After review, it is a hit by pitch. The batter is awarded first base. Oklahoma loses their challenge. They have 1 remaining.
Now Skip Johnson wants more of an explanation. Key spot in this game now for Vanderbilt. Bases loaded, nobody out, down by 3. And one of the guys you want at the plate, Mike Mancini. A dozen home runs, 36 RBIs, entering today's play at 346. Oklahoma had the grand slams in yesterday's game, 2 of them. See if Vanderbilt can turn the tables. Breaking ball stays outside for ball 1. Leon back to the windup with the bags full. 1 ball count to Mancini. Looks at a strike. Campton Johnson about even with the base at third. Caught just enough of the outside edge. Now a 1-1 pitch.
Ooh.
Out of play, 1-2.
You saw the frustration there from Mancini. He wants that pitch back. That was 94 right down the gut.
One and two to the Vanderbilt second baseman. Right side. Out at second. In time at first. Branch to Willits to Taki. Run scores. But Oklahoma gets two big outs. As Johnstone goes to third. Rigdon comes in to score.
It's probably one of the best situations that Leon could have. Kept the ball low. Got him to roll over. Nice little 4-6-3 there by the Sooners. If Leon could get out of here with just one run, that'd be a huge win.
Yeah, that would be some big-time damage control, but a huge out to get here. And Brody Johnston, who offers it a pitch in the dirt for strike one. But you said it, Andrew, and I think it was when Reynolds was at the plate. Just keep the ball out of the middle of the infield on the ground, but that's what we saw. Vanderbilt did get a run to make it 3-1, get on the board. Still no hits. Bounced up. Carter Johnstone returns to third.
A nice job by LaChance. That ball bounced about a foot or so in front of the plate.
That was way in front of the plate. 58-foot breaking ball. Ball and a strike. One of the key hitters in the Vanderbilt lineup. A swing and he didn't get it. 1-2.
That's three breaking balls right in a row. See if he comes right back with it. Johnston has not been able to make connection with it.
1-2 pitch. 2-2. .359 average for Johnston, including the earlier at bat. 13 doubles, 10 homers, and 32 RBIs. 2-2 pitch. Did he check? He did. The runner comes in to score. Wild pitch. LaChance went to get it. Meanwhile, here comes Carter Johnstone to make it 3-2.
With a guy like Johnston up at the plate, you're going to have to throw balls in the dirt. You're going to try and get him to chase, and Johnston does not chase, and Johnstone able to come home from third.
You see the breakdown. 23 pitches for Leon here in the third. Full count to Johnston with 2 outs. Popped up on the infield, right side. Way up in the air for Taki and foul ground. Makes the catch to retire the side. The Commodores scored 2 runs without a hit in the third to get on the board. Oklahoma leads 3-2 as we go to the fourth. Hawkins Field in Nashville on a beautiful Saturday, Game 3. Vanderbilt and Oklahoma 3-2. All the runs scoring in the third inning. 3 for the Sooners and 2 without benefit of a hit for the Vandy boys. Little cloud cover, really nice afternoon. Wyatt Neto hoping for better things here in the fourth after that 3-run third. Gave up a home run and also a 2 RBI single to Brendan Brock with 2 outs. Dayton LaChance at the plate, 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. One ball, 1 strike count. 6'6" freshman right-hander from Maine. Commodore program has had good success. Guys from the Northeast. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. Vandy closing out a 4-game homestand today. They had won 7 straight home games before last night's loss. Foul ball to make it 2-2. And Andrew, we talked about it. This is really a key game for these teams. This is the end of the first half of SEC play. Got 15 more to go, 5 more series. But for your Vanderbilt trying to secure a spot for the postseason. Oklahoma trying to move up in the SEC standings. Really key game for both teams. Popped up right side. It is Mancini, the Commodore second baseman, to make the catch 1 out.
Yeah, both teams sitting right in the middle of those SEC standings. So this is an opportunity to move your season in one way, in one direction or another. And because they split, I mean, this is kind of that deciding game. So, yeah, a lot riding here on the next few innings.
Vanderbilt has played really well at home this season, but the road has been a struggle, especially in SEC play. And 3 of the last 5 series will be away from home. Here's Nolan Stevens. 0 for 1 for the OU DH. Misses to make it 3 balls and no strikes. He's issued 3 walks today, 2 in the first inning and 1 in the third. And ball 4, 4-pitch walk to the number 7 hitter in the Sooner batting order. To bring first baseman Dayton Taki to the plate. 1 out, 1 aboard. And finds the plate, the slider for a strike. I've seen this discussed, and I've looked it up too. For Vanderbilt, in the SEC weekends, they've had at least 1 game every weekend where they've allowed 12 or more runs. And 6 total in 14 games. Through the right side for a base hit. Taki with the runner on the move. Stevens goes first to third. They drew Mancini over towards second just enough. The ball got through. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
Yeah, that's just what this offense does. The steal, kind of holding that middle infield in, opens up that space there on the right side a little bit more. Able to make that defense shift a little bit, just all because of the threat of the run.
Here's Kyle Branch. Tried to bunt the first time, and Neto came off the mound to make a great play. Dive and grab right at the foul line. Although on that last hit, it probably would have gotten through anyway, but another tough spot here for Neto at the corners. Runner Bluff's going, throw by Reynolds. And a nice scoop by Johnstone. He grabbed the ball, got the tag. Wasn't in time, but that could have been a whole lot worse.
Yeah, if you're going to scoop it, you got to make sure you're going to glove it. That ball gets by, it's an easy run.
Swing, and he doesn't get it after showing bunt 1-2. Neto could use a strikeout, can't get it, foul ball.
Also could use a little rollover here and get a little ground ball,
exactly.
double play action.
Yep.
Which the Commodores have done a very good job of this year. I feel like this weekend, though, the Sooners have been just double play turning machines. You see 34 double plays turned by the defense this year.
These teams are first and second in that category in the SEC. Liner left field. Oklahoma adds a run. RBI single by Branch. Throw to third, and runner is out. Holcomb got it back in quickly. The run scores to make it 4-2. For the second time in the last couple innings, the Sooners have a runner cut down, trying to take an extra 90.
And it looked like Neto just left that breaking ball up a little bit higher than he wanted, but a heck of a job there by Holcomb getting to that ball, getting it in quickly, one hopping right to his third baseman, Johnston.
So 7-5 on the put out of Taki at third. Branch at first with 2 outs. Jason Walk homered his last time up, 1 for 2. Sooner leadoff man, ball squirts free. Hopping up Branch, goes to second and safe. And that's been an issue for Vanderbilt in this series as well. The errors have not necessarily been fielding errors in the regular run of play, but more things like that, pickoff throws. 1 error in game 1, 2 in game 2, and first one of this game. Big swing, 1-1. E1 allowing Branch to go to second. Sooners would love to push one more across after taking a 2-run advantage a moment ago to lead 4-2. 2-1, last inning. Jason Walk, first home run of 2026, stuck it over the wall and right. Start the scoring. Number 1 with a solo shot. Neto checks the runner, 2-1 pitch, breaking ball, makes it 3-1. Neto's been typically the game 2 starter on weekends. Using him in the game 3 role. Needs a strike, couldn't get it. Walk, 2-walk. To put runners at first and second with 2 outs for Jackson Willits.
Yeah, Kevin really talked about that. The move for Neto to that third starting position, but we did that back in, I think it was 2012. Didn't really have a game 3 starter. We're just kind of using a number of different guys, had some injuries as well. But being able to have a guy that you know is going to throw strikes and you know going to give a good outing, put him on the third game starter, so you kind of sandwich and put that bullpen, throw somebody out there, we'll see how they do, option on the middle game, because if you're able to get those 2, you know you've got a good option for the sweep on Sunday. But if you do happen to lose that second game, you know you're not up a creek for that third game. So being able to have an established guy go on a third game is super helpful.
So to get a little activity going on. We got Nate Schlote and also Connor Hamilton starting to loosen to the Vanderbilt bullpen. Pitches downstairs, ball one to Jackson Willets. 2 walks on his resume today. Run scored in the third. You had Connor Fennell in that Game 3 role last season for Vanderbilt. He was like the perfect Sunday guy to throw out there. Neto just trying to get one more out, get back to the dugout. Breaking pitch in for a strike, 1-1. A little backdoor breaking ball. Fouled to make it 1-2. Branch at second and Walk at first. Willett's a tough customer in the box. 311 average, but it's been better than that in SEC play. Two and two the count. He can reach. Trey Gamble waiting on deck for OU. 6 and 8 in SEC play. See those records there at the top, ranked number 16 in the D1 poll this week. Two from Neto. Close pitch, full count. Runners will be on the move. The payoff pitch. Fly ball. Third base side, Johnston. Into foul ground, back into fair territory to squeeze it and retire the side. Oklahoma gets a run on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left. 4-2 Sooners in the fourth. Springtime in the Music City. The view from the pedestrian bridge over the Cumberland River. Great day to get out, enjoy some terrific weather. It's been so nice. Fans enjoying a ball game here at Hawkins Field, a couple miles from downtown. Game 3, Vanderbilt and Oklahoma. Sooners lead 4-2. We go to the bottom half of the fourth inning, and a new pitcher on for OU. Nate Smithberg. He is from Iowa, the junior at 6'2", as he makes appearance number 8 in 2024. 26, I should say. Number 54. Last time out, that was March 26th in their game at Texas. Through 1 inning, couple runs. This is his 3rd outing of SEC play, also pitched against LSU. Logan Johnstone, Braden Holcomb, Tommy Gooden due up for the Vandy boys in the 4th. 2 runs without a hit for Vanderbilt in the 3rd.
It's a quality pontoon boat day.
Yes. Whether you're on the Cumberland or Percy Priest or Old Hickory. A sidewinding lefty deals strike 2 to Logan Johnstone, who lined out to center in his first at-bat 0 for 1.
Yeah, it's definitely a different look from Smithburg. It's 92 from that left side, low arm slot, a lot of arm side run. Got a good changeup and slider as well. Oh, he wanted it.
It was close. He had already taken a step off the mound, thinking he had strike 3. It's 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Johnstone is out to start the 4th.
There's that left-on-left slider right there. Coming from that angle, and look how much ground this thing covers. As a left-hander, you're looking at that pitch, and it's kind of like almost behind your hip, and then it ends up on the other side of the plate. That's a tough pitch to handle.
First K recorded by Smithburg, 5 for Oklahoma pitching today. Saw the graphic there from our guy Jay Levin. 1 out, the Vanderbilt 4th, Braden Holcomb. Hit one down the right field line that Brandon Brock tracked down his last time up in the 2nd. Going yard for the 12th time last night. Yeah, talking about being a good day to be out on a boat. What's the old saying? You don't necessarily need a boat, you just need a friend with a boat.
That's true, yeah. In that case, I don't have a boat, Kevin.
I don't either, no.
If you were looking for an invite somewhere, I'm not your guy.
We know a guy, though, so. 2-ball count to Holcomb with 1 out. Right on that pitch, 2-1. First visit by Oklahoma to Nashville to play in a long time, going back to 1978. Holcomb, another one down the right field line, but this one will be out of play. It's the 2nd time they have met in a series as SEC opponents. They also played in the SEC tournament last year. Vanderbilt won 6-1 in the tournament opener on the way to the championship. The Hulk masks out. Braden at the plate. Yeah, they had the 5K this morning. Didn't make it over here in time. Holcomb again with a foul ball, 2-2. Straight away and deep for the Oklahoma defense, with walk shaded a little bit toward right field. Another 2-2 outside, full count to Holcomb.
Tried to go to the backdoor slider there, but nice job by Holcomb laying off. That is a funky pitch, either from the left side or the right side. Covers a lot of ground.
Payoff to Holcomb with 1 out, ball 4. A base runner for Vanderbilt in the 4th. Good at bat for Holcomb to work a walk and bring Tommy Gooden to the plate, 0 for 1. Vandy DH, number 5 spot in the batting order. Had himself a nice season. That batting average over 300. Good power. A big cut. The first pitch out of play. You talk about hitters that don't get cheated. This is usually the case for Tommy.
Yeah, he's getting his hacks in, Kevin. There's a lot of bat speed going through the zone there.
Smithburg slings in the ball. 1-1. Cole's pitch just inside.
Well, we're pretty good.
You almost wonder on that pitch if LaChance setting up away maybe cost him a strike. He had to reach back to get it, but it was close to being over the plate. Look at Gooden's numbers on the season in SEC play. 0 for 1 today, but coming into today's action, 12 out of 29 for an average of 414 with 5 home runs and 8 RBIs. They're off speed to make it 1-2. 4 of those RBIs on one swing. That was the grand slam that beat Tennessee in Game 3 a couple weeks ago. Past Coach Tim Corbin and foul. Another 1-2 pitch on the way. What he's done against left-handers. Not bad. Chance sets up away. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Gooden out on strikes. Holcomb still at first now with 2 outs. Smithburg recording his 2nd K of the inning. 6 overall for Oklahoma pitching.
It's a nice spot right here. Down in the zone. Well, Chance was set up pretty far outside the zone, or on the outside corner, but just keep the ball low. Good things are going to happen, even if you miss your spot.
0 for 1 day for Riker Wade, who bats right for the first time. Struck out his first time up. Play here in the 4th. Oklahoma in front 4-2 with 2 outs. Holcomb drew a 1-out walk, still down at first. The count to the Commodores shortstop, the switch hitter. Back-to-back switch hitters in this part of the batting order with Wade and then Rustin Rigdon. Foul ball 2-1. Rigdon swinging 2-0. Or Wade, I should say. Long pause, 2-1 pitch. Pop foul again, 2-2. Smithburg a strike away. Stranding a base runner. Vanderbilt has still not recorded a hit and no men left on through the first 3. For the 2-2, a throw over to first.
And Wade has been on the fastball. Seen a number of pitches from him. Got to think that Smithburg might come with that backdoor slider here.
2 hits for Wade in the series. The 2-2 pitch. Fly ball center field, walk. Not far to go. Makes the catch. Vanderbilt is done in the 4th. Still no hits for the Vandy boys. Oklahoma leads 4-2 after 4 at Hawkins Field. Join some baseball out of the bleachers. Vanderbilt trailing Oklahoma 4-2 here in Game 3. Barkley's team was getting in some work next door over at First Bank Stadium. Spring ball got 1 week to go. They'll play the spring game next Saturday. Second appearance of 2026 for Miller Green, the junior from Nashville. That's what he did last season. He made his season debut back on Tuesday when Vanderbilt played Eastern Kentucky and threw a scoreless inning with 1 strikeout. And Andrew, I thought he looked good.
Yeah, he did. And this is a left-handed arm that they have needed in the pen, and they decided to have him back in there full steam ahead. Definitely controls the game. Got great fastball command. Got a great cutter. It's down in the zone.
Local guy out of Lipscomb Academy. Guy who's a top 5 lefty coming out of high school and made 20 appearances each of the last 2 seasons. But sidelined by an injury. Be a key part for this Vanderbilt team down the stretch of this season, and facing an Oklahoma batting order that's really pretty heavy on left-handed batters, including Trey Gamble to start off the 5th. Gamble and Brock, and then Camden Johnson. Oklahoma with 3 runs in the 3rd on a solo home run by Jason Walk, then a 2 RBI single by Brandon Brock. Brought in 1 more on a hit by Kyle Branch in the 4th. Perfect weather to watch some baseball. Whatever else you're watching. I always assume they're all watching our broadcast.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Game.
There's nothing else going on this weekend.
Nah, not really. All right, here is Gamble. He's been tough to get out today. A walk, a double, and scored a run. 1 for 1. Terrific season for this guy at .343. 2-ball, no strike count. SEC play even better. .367 entering today's action in conference games. Green needs a strike. 3 balls and no strikes. Gamble, the number 3 guy in the batting order. He gets on base. He steals bases. Four-pitch walk to start the 5th. So a base runner right away for the left-hander Green. Vanderbilt down by 2 runs here in the 5th, and Brandon Brock, the hitter. One of the big swings for Oklahoma today, that 2 RBI hit back in the 3rd, 1 for 2. He was out at second trying to move up an extra base. Rigdon got it to wait. Get the out. 1 strike pitch, 0-2.
Yeah, nice job by Green. Walking first batter and just getting right back in the zone here.
The ball stays 0-2. Gamble, a guy who's the most outstanding player of the Shriners Children's College Classic. Event that Vanderbilt was also a part of back to start off the season down in Texas. 0-2, the runner going. It is ball 1, and Gamble steals second without a throw. Make him 13 out of 15 on the season.
Yeah, it looked like he'd had a good-sized lead and not even a better jump. Looked like he went first move on Green there. Got himself into scoring position.
81 steals for the Sooners. Rocket shot, foul ball. We had seen Reynolds throw out would-be base stealers in each of the first 2 games, but not able to get a throwaway on that one. Called, 3rd strike. Nice pitch by Green. He retires Brock looking for the first down.
Nice backdoor slider here. Just starts it off away in the left-hander's batter's box and then catches the outside part of the plate.
Wyatt Neto recorded 5 strikeouts. That's the first one for Miller Green. Now it's Camden Johnson. It's a foul ball.
That backdoor slider pitch is so difficult as a hitter because when you're looking at it on your television, it looks like, oh, I mean, it doesn't look that difficult. It just kind of breaks a little bit. But if you're looking at it from the perspective of the batter, that ball looks so far outside the zone that your brain kind of switches off. And then all of a sudden it just comes right back in the zone and you're left there with your bat on your shoulder.
0-2 the count to Johnson with Gamble at second and 1 out. Drove in 7 last night and 8 in the series. A pair of home runs in game 2. 0-2 pitch, outside 1-2. Pulled right field, or right side of the infield, I should say. It stays in play. Johnstone gets it and outruns Johnson to the bag to get the out. Meanwhile, Gamble goes to third with 2 gone. That one hugged the line and stayed in play.
Yeah, I thought that had a big chance to go foul, but a nice job by Johnstone sticking with it. Probably had some weird spin on it. We've seen Carter Johnstone play some second base as well. Playing first base here today.
Swing. A chance couldn't get it. Got away for a moment. Reynolds able to rescue before Gamble could come down from third. 4-2 game. Oklahoma trying to come up with something with 2 outs. Get that run home. After Gamble started the inning with a walk. Miller Green trying to work around that base runner. 1 strike pitch. 1-1. Toward the gap, left center field on the run and out of reach for Rigdon. The run scores, Gamble does. It's a double for LaChance. OU adding a run with 2 outs, 5-2 Sooners.
And Rigdon was tracking on it. I thought he had an opportunity to make this play, but just outside the reach. A heck of an effort, just by about a foot. But OU able to tack one more on.
Nolan Stevens with 2 outs, 1 in, and LaChance in scoring position. Give him an RBI. Number 31 of the season. Left-handed batting Stevens. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Important game for both sides. Oklahoma in front here in the middle innings. It's 5-2. Been able to tack on runs and keep Vanderbilt's offense in check. No ball, 2 strike count. Miller Green's first appearance of SEC play in 2026. It is Waite. Deals to first, side retired, but Oklahoma gets 1 run on 1 hit. The Dayton LaChance double to bring home Trey Gamble. We're halfway done with Oklahoma in front, 5-2 in game 3. runs on 6 hits for Oklahoma, 3 in the third, 1 each in the fourth and fifth. Vanderbilt without a hit. 2 runs for the Vandy boys. Those were in the third with a couple walks. Trying to get moving here with the offense, which has been really good here in 2026. But Oklahoma pitching has been good so far. Frozen lemonade would hit the spot.
Oh, yeah, I would.
Might be hard to broadcast a game if you're having a tart frozen lemonade, but good crowd on a Saturday afternoon enjoying Game 3, Vanderbilt and Oklahoma to close out this series. Back-to-back weeks, Vandy has played Thursday through Saturday, and same thing for Oklahoma. All this food and everything's happening right down in front of us.
Right.
Rigdon, Johnstone, Reynolds due up for Vanderbilt. Bottom of the order here in the fifth against Nate Smithberg, the left-hander. Issued a 1-out walk to Braden Holcomb, but then got a strikeout and a flyout to get out of danger in the fourth. Relief of Caden Leon, who went the first 3 in his first start this 2026 season. Reston Rigdon walked and scored his first time up. Foul ball off his leg to start this at bat.
And Kevin, this year at Hawkins Field, they added some soft serve. I don't know if they do it on the midweeks, but I know it's on the weekends. I had it the other weekend. Solid.
Yeah?
Solid soft serve.
Rigdon to left on a line. It's Gamble backing up a couple steps. He's got it 1 out. Get toppings or anything like that, or just, just straight up?
Oh, no, yeah. You can, I think they have like little mini churros that you can put on them.
Oh, man.
Uh-huh.
They have a new food truck place out where we live, where, you know, they have a lot of food trucks and they have a little food court thing. Been out there a couple times. They had fresh churros at one of them.
Uh-huh.
That might have been the highlight of the trip. Carter Johnstone making the start today. Walked and scored. Was back in Vanderbilt's 2-run third. Commodore still in search of their first hit today. An offense that has had a ton of power. Not much happening here in Game 3. Left on left with Smithberg. Falling behind, 2 balls and no strikes. Liner back up the middle, and Vanderbilt has its first hit. Carter Johnstone breaks it up. The 1-out single here in the fifth. They'll get things rolling.
In to hear the sense of relief from the Commodore faithful here at Hawkins Field. Got the goose egg off the board in the hit column.
Six hits and 35 at-bats for Carter Johnstone. Number 8 man in the batting order. Now here's Corbin Reynolds. Man at first and 1 out. Throw down to first. Fairly close, not in time. The chance throwing behind the runner. Vanderbilt down 3. Trying to threaten, foul back, 1-1. After Reynolds will go back to the top for Mike Mancini. Vanderbilt group as a team entering today's play 5th in the SEC with a team batting average of .295. Look at this pickoff throw. It was pretty close over there. Carter Johnstone able to that back corner to the base.
Yeah, he didn't go back like right away. Kind of paused a little bit, making sure that Smithberg made that full move. over to first base.
Swing and a miss. They're down to first. 1-2 the count. They're paying a lot of attention to Johnstone, who's 1 for 1 in steal attempts on the season. And a big second out recorded by Smithburg as he fans Reynolds on a 1-2 pitch. 2 outs and Mike Mancini coming up. Johnstone at first.
And just located his fastball up and away and got the chase there from Reynolds. Yeah, big second out right there from Smithburg.
He records his 3rd strikeout and 7th of the day for Oklahoma. And Mike Mancini will come up. He's had a tough afternoon. Caught looking in the first, hit into a double play in the 3rd. And it looks like the pitch hit him. Or did it?
Yeah, I think it got his elbow.
All right. Yep, it did. All right, so Vanderbilt has runners at first and second with Mancini hit by a pitch. Johnstone moves up 90 feet, and this brings Brody Johnston up, representing the tying run in a 5-2 game with 2 outs. And I think we're going to see a pitching change for Oklahoma. Skip Johnson out of the first base dugout and gave the signal right away. They won't leave the left-hander Smithburg in to face the right-handed batting Brody Johnston.
Yeah, I think that's the right move. You got a guy that can tie this game up. You needed to get that right-on-right matchup there.
Isaac Williams making his way in from the Oklahoma bullpen in a 5-2 game. We'll be right back. Third pitcher used by Oklahoma today, right-hander Isaac Williams, a junior from Florida. He pitched in their midweek game against Dallas Baptist, which was more like an early week game. That was back on Monday, through an inning. This is his 3rd appearance of SEC play. Was out there against LSU and also Texas A&M back in March. And a big spot in this game here with 1 out. Make it 2 outs and 2 on base for Vanderbilt. Oklahoma leading 5-2, but Brody Johnston coming up, and Skip Johnson decides to make the change, go right on right. The dangerous Vanderbilt 3rd baseman coming up. Mancini at first after being hit by a pitch. Carter Johnstone broke up the no-hitter with a 1-out single. He's at second. Dayton LaChance is having a little issue with the catcher's gear. The communication device. A lot more technology these days.
Yeah, I kind of miss the 3-sign system.
Yeah.
The giant cards on the catcher's hand. It did increase the game speed by probably, what, 30 minutes a game?
Yeah.
Just by all the, all right, 3-1-2. That is a curveball, got it.
There's a breaking pitch away. Andrew called the pitch, ball 1. Runners lead from first to second. Johnston representing the tying run. Williams brings in a fastball for strike one. 1-1. 0 for 2 day for Johnston. A strikeout and a pop out to first. Swinging 1-1, sends it to deep center field, toward the wall, walk, jumps, can't get it, game tied. Man. Straight out the front door for Brody Johnston. A 3-run homer evens this game at 5.
So they bring Williams in to get the right-on-right matchup. And Brody Johnston says, I'll just take this thing over the wall. 103 off the bat, 406 feet. Ball was destroyed. Looked like a little cutter on the outside corner. Great extension through the ball. A huge swing from Brody Johnston. That's the kind of swings that you need from your guys, you know, from your star players. You get in these situations in these big-time games, you got to have those guys come through, and Brody Johnston did just that.
A key spot in a key game to tie it up at 5. Boy, the second hit of the day for Vanderbilt, both in this inning. A 2-out, 3-run homer. Homer number 11, RBIs 33, 34, and 35. Logan Johnstone takes outside. He's 0 for 2. Line out to center and a strikeout in his ledger today. Three and 0. Isaac Williams missing. Hawkins Field have been pretty quiet for most of the day, but a little jolt of energy with that long ball by Brody Johnston. Strike to make it 3-1. It's a good record. His team separated by 1 game. Oklahoma at 6-8 in conference play. Vanderbilt 7-7 through the first 14. Three-one is ball 4, low to Logan. And Braden Holcomb comes to the plate. Homered last night to give him 12 on the season. Today he's 0 for 1 with a walk. Certainly enough power to give Vanderbilt its first lead of the afternoon. Leans him away, the fastball in. And Oklahoma's going to go back to the bullpen.
Man.
Ball 1 to Holcomb. It was Isaac Williams. Faces 2 batters and 1 pitch to Holcomb. As Andrew says, you don't leave pitching in the car, and Oklahoma going to go back to the bullpen. Mason Bixby. 5-5 game in the 5th. Tell you about the new Oklahoma pitcher when we come back. 6'7" junior right-hander Mason Bixby from San Antonio will inherit a one-ball count. Braden Holcomb up, 2 runs in, make it 3 runs in for Vanderbilt to tie the game here in the 5th. Look at Bixby's season numbers as he makes his 10th appearance. Called on to get 1 big out. Logan Johnstone at first. Brody Johnston hit a 3-run homer. Get Vanderbilt back even. For OU, it opened up a 5-2 advantage. Not a very short leash from Skip Johnson, Oklahoma manager, head coach. All right, so you got Bixby against the Hulk. Here in the 5th with 2 outs and 3 in.
And Bixby with some big-time velo. I mean, that thing is pumping up there, 97, 98. Got a really hard cutter as well. So comes in right on right. As you mentioned, Kevin, a really big out right here.
1-ball count. Delivers a strike. Bixby last on the mound in their game last week against Dallas Baptist. Earlier this week, anyway. One and one. Holcomb doesn't offer it a pitch down. 2 balls and 1 strike. Doesn't get the slider to make it 2-2. Logan Johnstone held on at first. 2-2 pitch coming up to Holcomb with 2 outs. To the backstop. Johnstone moves up 90 feet on the wild pitch. The count is full at 3-2.
I mean, the only pitch that Holcomb has gotten this entire at-bat has been the cutter. And that one gets away there from LaChance.
The payoff with a runner at second. Go-ahead run, 2 outs. Swung on and missed, and Bixby does the job out of the bullpen. He fans Holcomb to keep the go-ahead run at second, but Vanderbilt gets 3 runs on 2 hits. Brody Johnston, a game-tying home run, all even at 5. Flipping through all the scenes, the Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. A lot of fun, great place to be. Great place to live or to visit. Great place for baseball, Hawkins Field, top half of the 6th. 5-5 after 5, a Brody Johnston 3-run homer to get Vanderbilt back even. The Vandy boys were held hitless through the first 4. Nate Schlody, the freshman from Kansas, he's been excellent. making appearance number 11 with nothing across. 2 wins and a perfect ERA in 13 1/3. He's going to face 8-9-1 for Oklahoma. Taki, Branch, and Walker, the scheduled hitters for the Sooners. Play game 3, series even at 1. Vanderbilt won 10-5 on Thursday. Oklahoma got him 13-11 last night thanks to a pair of grand slams. Andrew, this guy's been excellent.
Yeah, he has. They've got the 95-mile-an-hour fastball, which is good arm side run, but more than anything, the cutter. It's a hard cutter, kind of like we saw from Neto. I mean, it's like 88 or something like that. It's got some bite to it.
Out of Shawnee Mission East High School, number 4 right-hander out of the state of Kansas. Last pitched on Tuesday against Eastern Kentucky. Scoreless inning. 7 Vanderbilt pitchers combined on a 3-hit shutout. Pitches a strike to Dayton Taki. He is 1 for 2, a strikeout in the second, then a single in the fourth. Now with a count 0-2, they'll move Brody Johnston over to short right field with a shift. Hit well, right field. John Stone to the edge of the warning track to get it. 1 out. Line out by Taki. Brings up Kyle Branch. He's also 1 for 2. RBI single in the fourth, and that was after his first time up. He tried to bunt, popped one up. Wide and Neto came over and made a diving catch. It was a great play. Neto for the first 4. Miller Green pitched the 5th, and now Schlode for inning number 6. Ball 1 to Branch, the Oklahoma second baseman. The hit was his second, or his first of this series, 1 for 2. Fly ball left field, Holcomb. Came in, goes back, grabs it for the second out.
It looks like that ball got in on the hands a little bit of Branch. It did not have as much juice off the bat as I thought, but yeah, 94 in on the hands will get you. Nice 2 quick outs by Schlode.
Only 1 3-up, 3-down inning for Oklahoma today. That was the second, but right side by Walk. Schlode underhands, gets him on 1 pitch. Walk homered earlier, out trying to bunt. 5-5, 5.5 played. Oklahoma led 5-2. Vanderbilt didn't have a hit until the 5th inning. Brody Johnston hit a 3-run homer to even the game at 5 apiece. Sooners indoors facing off. Game 3 here in Nashville. Key series for both teams. We hit the midpoint in SEC play. 15 more to play after today's action. Oklahoma's dropped their last 2 series. Vanderbilt trying to keep on winning at home in SEC play. They've taken the first 2 series against LSU, won that one 2-1, and swept Tennessee 2 weeks back. Road victories have been harder to come by. Tommy Gooden, Riker Waite, Rustin Rigdon against right-hander Mason Bixby, who came in and struck out Braden Holcomb to avoid further damage in the Vanderbilt 5th. 2 Ks for Gooden today. One against Leon and the other against Smithburg. 4 pitchers used by Oklahoma. Down and in, could get it 1-2. Two balls and 2 strikes here to Gooden in the DH spot today. Number 5 man in the batting order. Two-two to start the 6th outside. Full count. Payoff to Gooden. Got him swinging, had him out in front. Swing and a miss by Gooden. Tough day for him at the plate. Here's what's ahead for Vanderbilt. Commodores head to Lexington next week. Number 2, Texas coming to town. 3 out of the last 5 series on the road. Kentucky, Alabama, Mizzou, Texas, and South Carolina. Andrew, hard to believe only 2 SEC series remain at home.
I know, right? And you're talking about how well the Commodores are playing at home. You got to think how important this game is in particular. You got to find a way to get this series because there's some tough away series coming up, especially that one at Alabama. You got Texas coming in, who's playing some of the hottest baseball in the country. So, yeah, Commodores a tough road ahead, and so trying to find some options here to get a W.
Riker Wade an 0 for 2 day, a strikeout and a flyout. Yeah, Texas and Texas A&M are playing this weekend.
There's no like bad blood or anything between them now.
Not, like nobody's been part of both teams or anything like that.
Yeah, I watched the initial umpire meeting on game 1, and it was the boos were deafening for Jim Schlossnagle.
1-2. Wade fouls it off. I mean, that's a pretty hot rivalry no matter what, but then you add an extra element to it with it. Coach going from one program to the other. Wade fouls it at the plate. And you talk about old rivals. Oklahoma will play Oklahoma State in Tulsa on Tuesday. That'll be their midweek game coming up. Old Bedlam. Teams that are no longer conference opponents. Everybody trying to shake it off after that foul ball. Riker Wade taking a little walk.
And we were talking yesterday about coaching trees, in particular with Tim Corbin. We got Josh Holliday for Oklahoma State, former assistant here with Tim Corbin.
Shift employed for the left-handed batter Waite, the switch hitter, fouls it off 1-2. Yeah, some really impressive coaching trees for these two guys. Waite with a swing and a miss. 10 strikeouts reported by Oklahoma pitching. Bixby has fanned all 3 he has faced so far, and Rustin Rigdon come up with 2 outs.
And it's just a heavy dose of cutters. We'll see him kind of take a little bit off and maybe a little bit more of like a slider action, but yeah, it's cutter, it's slider, everything down action. Nothing straight here from Bixby.
Yeah, that was a tough pitch right there. Here's Rigdon. He is 0 for 1. Lined out to left and walked and scored a run. That was back in the third. High and outside. Roosters out for their guy, number 19. Trying to give Vandy a base runner against Bixby, who's been tough. Ball and a strike. Bixby trying to get Vanderbilt 1, 2, 3. Long drive, right field line. Will curve foul. Home run distance, but hooked a little bit. Come back for 1-2 pitch. 103 off the bat.
Yeah, when you throw the cutter constantly, it works really well when it's down in the zone. You leave it up a little bit, kind of just spins, and that's exactly what happened right there. Rigdon just a little bit out front.
2-2.
And
fastball, 97.
I'm going to say that's a rare fastball we've seen from Bixby, and yeah, just pulled out of the back pocket. Yeah, 97, no big deal right there.
Two with 2 outs. Full count. Well, if Rigdon can reach, we'll see Carter Johnstone has been on base twice today, including Vanderbilt's first hit. He scored 2 runs. Mason Bixby, super impressive so far with 3 Ks. Payoff pitch. Foul ball. Payoff number 2. Bixby ready. That's ball 4. Rigdon works a 2-out walk. Inning continues for Carter Johnstone.
Yeah, went back to the cutter and was trying to get right underneath the hands, but couldn't get a good feel of it. See 5 walks, 2 hit by pitch for Vandy offense. They get guys on, you see good things are happening. 3 came around to score of their 5 runs.
That was about half of the first inning in last night's game.
Ooh, that was, I kind of forgot about that one. It was a rough first inning for both teams.
Yes, it was. 13 combined runs. Start the game last night. Carter Johnstone, a walk and scored in the 3rd. A base hit came home on the Brody Johnston homer in the 5th. First time in the starting lineup in a bit. Doing some good work today. Can't catch up with the fastball in 97. No balls and 2 strikes.
And Kevin, since the pitch comm issues, we're getting some signs here from catcher LaChance. I mean, it feels like it's, I don't know, 2023 again, right?
Going old school. 0-2 pitch. Runner on the move. Pitch outside. Strong throw. And out at second to retire the side. Rigdon trying to steal on an 0-2 pitch. Take another look. LaChance. Throw right on target. Vanderbilt out of the inning in the 6th. 5-5 game with the 7th on the way. Break out the shades. Nice day in Nashville and a good ball game. 5 apiece. Oklahoma and Vanderbilt here in game 3. Brennan Brock, 2 RBI single back in the 3rd when Oklahoma put up 3 runs. Single runs in the 4th and 5th. Big swing for Vanderbilt. A Brody Johnston 3-run homer in the 5th. Nate Schlode for his 2nd inning of work. 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order for the Sooners. Willits, Gamble, and Brock all coming up. 2 walks for Willits today. Scored a run in the 3rd and flied out to 3rd. That was in the 4th. Freshman right-hander Schlode. After Wyatt Neto went the first 4 and Miller Green pitched the 5th. Downstairs to Willits. There's a strike. 3-1. Willits, the batting average at .308 with his work today. .918 OPS. Really nice season for this guy. Fights off a 3-1 pitch. Full count. Schlode sees Willits spoil a payoff pitch. An Oklahoma team that had not shown tons of power entering this weekend's play. They've been on down in the SEC standings in home runs, but 1 today, 3 yesterday, and a 2-run shot by LaChance in game 1. Payoff number 2 from number 32 towards center field. Riggin broke back. No trouble. Make the catch, 1 out. On the way for the Sooners. I mentioned they'll play Oklahoma State in the midweek, and then here's what's left in terms of SEC series. Mizzou at home, Florida at home, Tennessee to close out the season in Norman, and road trips, 2 top 5 teams, Auburn and Arkansas.
It's tough.
Yeah, it is difficult. Trey Gamble been on base all 3 times today. Walk in the 1st, double and scored in the 3rd. Walk, stole a base, and scored in the 5th. So that average of .343. I was in Oklahoma City about 3 weeks ago. We were out there with Vanderbilt's basketball team to play the NCAA tournament. 0-1 pitch, rolls to the backstop. And you're reminded a little bit of those old school, like Big 12 rivalries with Oklahoma and Nebraska from back in the day. Of course, Nebraska filled the place with their fans for the NCAA tournament games. Vanderbilt played Nebraska in the 2nd game. 1-1 pitch in there for strike 2. And you could tell, you know, like talking to some of the workers and people around there, they were probably Oklahoma fans.
Right.
They didn't care all that much for Nebraska having 15,000 fans there and celebrating after winning to go to the Sweet 16. It was just kind of a funny dynamic.
Right.
It's like, yeah, okay. Of course, they were, you know, long-time old-school rivals, right. Oklahoma and Nebraska. Props to Nebraska. They brought the folks. Outside, 2-2. That was a lot of fun being out there.
It's still one of the more exciting games.
Oh, it sure was.
Just as a fan of basketball, an unbelievable game.
Swung on, foul tip. Would have been even better if that ball had gone in. Nate Schlode, 2-2 pitch with 1 out. Called, 3rd strike. The fastball at 96 to sit down Gamble, 2 gone.
It's a nice spot right here. 96 miles an hour, right on the outside corner, perfect spot. Nice execution there from Schlode.
2 outs for Brennan Brock. as we talked about, has had one of the big hits for Oklahoma today. 2 RBI single in the third, 1 for 3. Five apiece. Vanderbilt and Oklahoma battling to see who wins this series. Pulled into the Vanderbilt dugout. 2-1 count.
And it's interesting if you've got Schlody on the mound here for the Commodores. You got Bixby on the mound for Oklahoma. Very similar, pitch packages in terms of the cutter. I mean, they are just heavy reliant on that pitch. We'll sprinkle in the fastball here and there, but yeah, it's a lot of cutters to both sides of the plate.
3-1 the count here to Brock, trying to work a 2-out walk. Smack back up the middle. 2-out single for Brock on a 3-1 pitch. First base runner for OU going back to the 5th inning. Camden Johnson, he's 0 for 3 on the afternoon. After a monster night last night when he homered twice and drove in 7. Runner goes, and Reynolds can't get a handle as Brock steals his way into scoring position with 2 outs. He came up ready to throw, but the ball popped free, and Brock has the steal. That is his 20th of the season on 21 tries.
Yeah, I was trying to see what might have happened on that transfer. I think the ball just a little bit too low. Had some trouble picking it and getting into the throwing hand.
Meanwhile, at the plate, a swing and a miss. 1-1. Another look.
Okay, no, it didn't bounce. He just kind of got on the other side, almost like his left knee got in the way of that of his mitt there. Yeah, a huge steal there for Brock.
Oklahoma trying to make the most of it. Pitch inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Long pause. Now it's 3-1. Dayton LeChance hoping to get a chance. He's on deck. Tie game in the 7th, a big spot. A 3-1 pitch with a runner at second. Go ahead run in scoring position for the Sooners. Full count. Ball pulled foul. Commodore fans here at Hawkins Field hoping for one more strike. Oklahoma trying to strike and take the lead. Runner goes, full count, throw down to third. Safe at third. Ball forward to the hitter Johnson. Runners to the corners now for LeChance.
Another heads-up base running opportunity there from Brock. Schlody was definitely locked in on Johnson. Got a huge jump and easily in there at third base.
Schlody got the first 2 out in the 7th. Willits on a line out to center. He struck out Gamble looking, but then a base hit by Brock with 2 outs. Stole second and third. Johnson with a walk. LeChance 1 for 3, an RBI double. Runner goes, and they'll let him steal as Reynolds threw it back to the pitcher, wondering if maybe Brock might try to come down from third.
Yeah, they tried to just make sure that That ball wasn't going to go all the way through, keeping Brock home there at third base.
Fly ball right field, should get Vanderbilt out of the inning. It is Johnstone, a few steps toward the line, waits and catches. Schlode, a good job to get out of a mess with 2 outs in the 7th. A base hit and 2 left. We are at the stretch. Tie game in Nashville. Get fired up there in the 7th inning stretch here in Nashville. 5-5 game. Oklahoma with 7 hits. Vanderbilt only 2, and they were in the same inning. One of them was a 3-run homer by Brody Johnston to tie the game. Let's go.
Trying to get some momentum in the crowd, you know. The ushers are always locked in here at Hawkins Field.
Usher, hype man. Mason Bixby's been really good. Inning in a 3rd. He'll face Carter Johnstone, Corbin Reynolds, Mike Mancini for the Vandy boys in the 7th. Tie game, deciding game. Commodore Sooners, Hawkins Field in Nashville. Kevin Ingram, Andrew Harris, producer Doug Stanton, entire SEC Network crew. Fantastic job as always. Time called. I think the first baseman, Taki, needs a new mitt. There we go. Okay, now it's Bixby and Johnstone. Scored 2 runs today, on base both times. A walk in the 3rd and broke up the no-hitter with a single in the 5th. High and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. The fastball. See Bixby with 30 pitches. Leon Smithberg, Williams, and now Bixby for OU. Johnstone takes a strike. Seen a couple of Oklahoma pitchers today exceed their season high in pitch count. Bixby doing just that. Swing, and Johnstone does again at 2-2.
Yeah, Bixby usually just coming in, facing a few batters, getting some key outs, but he's looked really good today. Getting a lot of swing and miss with that cutter. So, man, yeah, you ride him out as long as possible here.
2-2 to start the inning. Johnstone out on strikes. 4 Ks for Bixby and 11 recorded by Oklahoma pitching today.
Nice little sequence there. He was consistent with the cutter down in the zone. Kind of changed the eye angle of the batter, and then you bust a 95-mile-an-hour fastball up in the eyes. It's tough to lay off.
Corbin Reynolds was hit by a pitch, erased on a double play in the third, a strikeout in the fifth. Pop up on the infield, right side to first baseman Taki. Took a minute to come down and got that new first baseman's mitt. Used it well right there to record the out, 2 gone. Mike Mancini, 0 for 2, hit by a pitch, scored on the home run in the fifth. Leadoff man with a ton of power, takes high for a ball. He's a guy for Vanderbilt, like Brody Johnston. You expect something good to happen in a key spot when Mancini is up there.
Yeah, one of the older guys on the team, got a lot of at-bats under his belt. And just can do so much with the bat. Leave the yard, lay down a bunt. Really like him at the top of the order there.
I think he was trying to leave the yard.
Yeah, he was.
Fastball at 95 there. 1-1. Bixby looking for another clean frame here. Fought off. I say that actually he walked Rustin Rigdon, but he was a race trying to steal last inning. 5-5 in game 3. Took on in the 7th. Bixby and Mancini. Ball and 2 strikes.
Seeing a lot of fastballs here to Mancini. Got to think 2 strikes. Probably going back down in the dirt with that cutter.
See what it does on 1-2 with the shift employed. There you go. Mancini with a swing and a miss. Bixby has been terrific for Oklahoma. 7 in the books, still even at 5 in game 3. Perfect weather for baseball. Top of the 8th coming up. Oklahoma and Vanderbilt series finale, all even at 5. Nate Schlody has done a good job out of the Vanderbilt bullpen. Entered in the 6th and thrown 2 scoreless frames. He got out of some trouble in the 7th when Oklahoma had runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. Got Dayton LaChance on a fly out to retire the side. Stevens, Taki, Branch, the 3 scheduled hitters for OU in the 8th.
Yeah, Kevin, the way this game is going with Schlody and Bixby, you got to think like a solo home run might just be the difference here. I mean, there's not a lot of action on both sides. So I think maybe it's like one missed pitch could be the difference here.
Especially with power pitchers, you miss your location and make you pay for it. Inner edge for a strike, 1-1. Stevens on the day, a walk in the fourth and scored 0 for 2. Slider for a strike, 1-2. Boy, trying to hit that inside corner with a fastball. Didn't get the call, 2-2.
Oh, borderline. Maybe a little bit in.
7 strikeouts today for Vanderbilt pitching. Popped up on the infield. Johnston and Waite. Riker calls and catches, 1 out. Dayton Taki is 1 for 3. A single in the fourth to go with a strikeout and a line out to right. He's squared, but takes the ball. Two balls, no strikes. It's always interesting to see first-year players, freshman pitchers, kind of gain the confidence of the coaching staff. I mean, Schlote's out there in a key spot in this series and this season. Tie game in the 8th inning. Try to keep it where it is in the dirt, 3-0.
And some of that is, I mean, there have been some injuries, so the younger guys have got to step up and insert themselves in these key positions, but also you throw them out there in different positions earlier in the year, you know, before conference play starts, and have success, and then they just kind of keep throwing them out there. And yeah, Schlote has really proven himself to be a good stopper here for the Commodores.
A 4-pitch walk to Taki to put the go-ahead run at first with 1 out, and Kyle Branch coming up. We'll bring out Deshaun Harris to pinch run for Taki at first. Trying to keep Harris close over there. Six for 7 in steal attempts, so certainly a threat to run for a team that runs a lot. Other offense, thanks in part to the steal. There's a strike to Branch. RBI single in the fourth to go the pop out on a bunt and fly out to left.
Definitely going to make sure that Harris stays close over there at first base. Although that lead has inched out there an extra foot or so.
Pretty good size lead as Schlote, long pause, throws to first, gets away. Harris goes to second. Both errors for Vanderbilt today have been errant pickoff throws.
Yeah, that's one of those that if you're a first baseman, you're really blocked by grabbing that because of the sliding runner. So yeah, just a tough break there for Schlote.
2 errors by Vanderbilt pitchers in last night's game. 2 more today. Pull foul. 0-2. Now a base hit of any distance gives Oklahoma the lead. They led 3-0 and 5-2. 5 apiece in the 8th. Schlode ahead in the count against Branch, the 0-2. Pulled fair. Down the third baseline. Into left field. Harris comes in to score. A big hit by Kyle Branch. He's driven in 2 runs. And this one gives Oklahoma a 6-5 lead in the 8th.
Just shows how big that missed pickoff was. Just wraps that right inside the left field line. A heck of an execution there by the Sooners. But a nice job by Holcomb keeping Branch there at first base.
Now Schlode goes to work on Jason Walk. Up for the 5th time today. Solo home run in the 3rd, a walk in the 4th. 1 out of 3. 1 run, really big in this game. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw to second, and out this time. Make it 11. Would-be base stealers cut down by Corbin Reynolds on the season as he gets Branch. 2 outs.
This is about as textbook as you can get. Nice little pitch out. Perfect throw, nice tag.
Oklahoma had recorded 4 steals on the day, but that's a big out there. Swing and a miss. 1-2, the count to walk. Schlode. After giving up a run for the first time this season, pitch away from getting back to the dugout. 1-2, outside 2-2. Full count to walk. Schlode's payoff outside, and Walk works a walk for the 2nd time today. Inning will continue from Jackson Willis.
See 9 walks on the day for Commodore pitching.
Got Connor Hamilton throwing in the Vanderbilt bullpen. Throw over to first. Two big hits by Kyle Branch today, bringing in 2 runs. Runner goes, Reynolds, another throw that's on line, but not in time. Wade played it on a hop. Walk has a steal. An insurance run in scoring position for OU.
Not a huge lead, per se, there by Walk, but a heck of a jump. And the speed makes up for it. Easily in there with that left hand.
And this will be the end of the day for Nate Schlode with a 1-ball count on the batter Willits. Walk in scoring position. Schlode overall, terrific job. Entered the game in the 6th. Oklahoma pushes across a run here in the 8th. To the bullpen. Like I said, Connor Hamilton. Actually, it was Tyler Baird getting loose, and Baird will come on. Here in the 8th, we're going to get 1 out. Oklahoma has taken the lead 6-5. Back to Nashville in just a moment. Well, another first-year pitcher who's become a really effective arm out of the Vanderbilt bullpen is right-hander Tyler Baird. North Carolina native, makes appearance number 14. He has a save in this series, got his third save in game 1 on Thursday, won an inning and 2/3. Gave up a couple of runs, but got the game to the finish line. He's had 3 saves all in the past 10 days or so. He got one against Eastern Kentucky in the midweek game and also in game 1 against Texas A&M. And this spot just needs to get one out. Jackson Willard's coming up. Runner at second, 1 in for Oklahoma here in the 8th. They lead 6-5. Kyle Branch drove in the go-ahead run with a single. The old saying, walks will haunt, and I think that's been the case today.
Oh, for sure. See 9 walks, 4 come around to score. Commodores turn to Tyler Baird. They've really turned to a lot as of late and done a heck of a job. Very much a high-profile kid coming out of high school. Very much a live arm. That's an easy 94, 95. Got a big sweeping slider as well, a little cutter, changeup. As you mentioned, Kevin, just trying to get one out here.
Liner, right field, will it stay up? Here comes Johnstone, he got it! Huge catch for Vanderbilt, Logan Johnstone. Liner off the bat of Willits, sinking fast, Johnstone got to it. Oklahoma gets a run to go in front 6-5. Here's the play that wraps up the Oklahoma 8th to the turf to keep it a 6-5 game. Be right back. An 8th inning run by Oklahoma. Sooners lead 6-5. Bottom half of the 8th inning coming up. Hawkins Field in Nashville on a beautiful Saturday afternoon for game 3. Jackson Cleveland recorded his 5th save just a few hours ago last night. The scoreless night, threw 4 pitches, got a double play ball, and got that game to the finish line. Now the senior from Deer Park, Texas. This may be 6-out save territory here. He'll face Brody Johnston, Logan Johnstone, and Braden Holcomb in the Vanderbilt 8th. There's number 14 for a guy who's become their closer. See his season numbers, 2-1, 3.66 ERA. Just short of 20 innings of work. That guy's had the big swing for Vanderbilt today. A 3-run homer in the 5th to get Vanderbilt even. Harris stays in the game to play right field after we saw him pinch run. And Brock goes behind the plate in place of LaChance. All right, here we go in the Vanderbilt 8th. 1 for 3 for Brody. Strikeout, a pop out, and a home run. Hit one straight out of here to center field. Just to the right of the batter's eye in the 5th inning.
And Commodore's in a good spot here. I mean, down by 1, they've got their guys coming up. Is top of the order here with Brody Johnston hitting second. You got Logan Johnstone and Holcomb right behind him, and then Gooden right behind him. So definitely some opportunities to put some runs up.
1-1 pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike to Johnston. Cleveland, a guy who played at Miami for the U last season, made 19 appearances, 2 seasons at Lamar. Beaumont, Texas. Now 3-1 to the powerful Commodore third baseman. Full count on a foul ball. Payoff pitch to start the inning. Pulled foul. Good job, Corbs.
I feel like in his younger years, he might have tried to body that one up a little bit, you know?
No, that one had a little steam on it. He doesn't try to make very many plays in the third base coach's box. Lets it go on by most of the time. Fly ball down the right field line. Harris with a long run, and that will drop foul near the Oklahoma bullpen. Only 2 hits for Vanderbilt today. Both were in the 5th inning. A single by Johnstone and then the home run by Brody. Another payoff pitch. Hit hard down to third and off the mid of Johnson. And Johnston is safe at first. Gotta think this will be an infield hit for Brody. Either way, a base runner to start the 8th.
Did that scoot off the third base bag?
Yeah, I think it might have.
Yeah, it looked like it took a weird kick right. No, I think right behind it, though. Anyways, Johnson, the third baseman, a little bit caught off guard, couldn't glove it cleanly. But how you want it to start off if you're the Commodores.
Johnston hits it to Johnson, and Johnstone at the plate. Here's Logan. 0 for 2 with a walk. Down a strike against Cleveland. Served down toward left. He pokes it in the direction of Gamble, stays up long enough for him to make the catch. Johnston retreats to first with 1 out. Looked like he might have a chance to get down off the bat, but stayed in the air long enough. 1 gone for Braden Holcomb.
Yeah, I think that was a little two-seam action there. Just went away from Johnstone and got the exact swing that he wanted. Nice executed pitch there from Cleveland.
Braden Holcomb 0 for 2 with a walk. Cut it loose on the first pitch. Down a strike. Slow breaking ball from Jackson Cleveland. Enough power to give Vanderbilt the lead for the first time today. Fly ball foul. 0-2. Crushed one to the seats last night. As Andrew said, Vanderbilt has the guys they want at the plate here in the 8th. Down a run. Key game in SEC play. Holcomb doesn't chase. 1-2. Strike three called. Cleveland makes a pitch, 2 outs.
Man, it's a heck of a spot. 92. It's right on the outside corner. And just totally froze Holcomb. I don't know if he was looking for something different or wasn't able to pick it up, but huge second out right there for Cleveland.
Holcomb can't pull the trigger. 13 strikeouts recorded by Oklahoma pitching today. Here's Tommy Gooden. Trying to put one in play. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Five different pitchers used by head coach Skip Johnson today for Oklahoma. Been able to come up with strikeouts in big spots. This one bounced to the right side, and it will be an easy play for Taki. Thread over for Vanderbilt. A base hit and one left. To the 9th we go. Oklahoma in front 6-5 in this deciding 3rd game. Look at the control room here at Vanderbilt. 6-5 Oklahoma in front. Producer Doug Stanton there on the left, keeping an eye on everything.
That's where the real work happens.
Yeah, absolutely, the hard-working SEC Network crew. Appreciate all the work there up here in our booth. Our camera folks, always a great job. We have reached the 9th here in Game 3. Vanderbilt and Oklahoma have split the first 2. Sooners up a run to start the 9th, and Tyler Baird delivers the strike. Trey Gamble. He's been on base 3 times, 2 with a walk, once with a double. He scored 2 runs. One time they got him out was a strikeout in the 7th. Oklahoma pushing across the run of the 8th on a single by Kyle Branch. Baird came in to get the last out. That one hit off the railing, ended up behind the mound. 1-2 the count. A 1-for-2 day. Gamble's batting average at .340. Outside 2-2. Oklahoma team came in ranked number 16, but still trying to claw their way back to 500 in SEC play after some tough road series. 2-2, liner center field, and caught. Rigdon in to make a play. Commodore outfielders showing the leather. 1 out.
That's a nice play. These balls right at you are always the hardest. Rigdon took a step back, finally gave an opportunity to see where it was going to land, and full force in, full layout. Heck of a play.
Brennan Brock with 1 out. He's had 2 hits today. 2 RBI single in the third, 2 for 4. Single and stole 2 bases in the 7th, 2 strikeouts as well. Two-0 count to the Oklahoma right field return catcher in this game. The ball got loose from the Oklahoma bullpen, and or something anyway.
I don't know if it came out of the screen. Well,
oh,
like
okay.
one of the couple of the home run balls came loose in right center field. Then they had to throw them over to the bullpen.
Fastball for a strike to make it 2-1. Yeah, that screen up there now to protect the construction area. The balls get stuck up there sometimes. Foul ball makes it 2-2. A lot of construction in view. 2-2 from Baird. Almost clipped him. Full count. Brock now. Camden Johnson coming up. Three-two pitch. Close, but ball 4. 1 out base runner for the Sooners in the 9th. Brock reaches for the 3rd time today. Here comes Johnson.
And not a terrible spot. Right on the outside corner, just missed a little bit low.
Well, that's a key number for Vanderbilt. 10 walks today. That makes it hard to win. When
yeah, it does.
The control.
That's a lot of free bases.
That's something Tim Corbin has talked about, and almost like a football type time of possession, but walks and fielding miscues, things like that, extending innings for the opposition.
Which is totally the opposite of what you think about from a Vanderbilt baseball team. I mean, you think about a Vanderbilt team in years past. I mean, it's pitching and defense is, the standard. And this year, the offense has done a lot of the carrying.
Yeah, it really has been a different team for Vanderbilt here in 2026 versus what we're used to seeing. And again, there's still 5 conference series left, but this feels like a really important spot in the season to try to head to the midpoint in SEC play with a winning record. Runner goes from first. Throw by Reynolds. Not in time. Another steal for the Sooners as Brock has his 3rd stolen base of the day. Take away the double play and you put an insurance run in scoring position.
Now, I think Brock stole that right on Baird. Baird got in a little rhythm of either his head nods or something, because Brock was, a couple steps before that ball really released his hand.
Throw back to second, a little close. Six steals for the Sooners, none for Vanderbilt today. Oklahoma up to 86 on the season. They came in 2nd in the SEC in that department. Backdoor breaking pitch makes it 1-2. Camden Johnson did a number on Vanderbilt in Game 2 last night when he drove in 7 with 2 home runs. Check. Didn't go. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, held up. I thought it was a little bit closer from up here, but yeah, definitely held up there. A nice job of not swinging at that high pitch in a way. We'll see what he comes with here.
2-2. Gets him out. Fastball.
Heck of a pitch there from Baird. 96 on the outside corner. Had some good arm side run to it.
First strikeout recorded by Baird, and now Dayton LaChance with 2 outs and Brock at second. LaChance is 1 for 4, RBI double in the 5th. Down to third, Johnston. Across to retire the side. A man stranded in scoring position for Oklahoma in the 9th. Sooners 6, Commodores 5. Last licks coming up for the Vandy boys.
Johnstone delivers. Vandy in extra post, a 3-2 victory. He squares and he gets it down. Vandy's going to walk it off with a bunt. This one takes 16 innings to finalize. Golfed into the left center field. This one carrying. They did it again. Walk-off grand slams. It's a series sweep and a total Tennessee meltdown today.
There you go. 4 walk-off wins in conference play for Vanderbilt here at Hawkins Field. Those 3 against Tennessee and 1 more against LSU. We go to the bottom half of the 9th. Oklahoma leading by a run, and Riker Waite to start it off against Jackson Cleveland, who stranded a base runner after a leadoff single by Brody Johnston in the 8th. Trying to record the 6-out save. There's a foul ball. Riker Waite, Rustin Rigdon, Carter Johnstone in the Commodore 9th. Ball to strike to Riker. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a flyout. OU pitching has recorded 13 Ks today. 1-1 pitch. High to make it 2-1.
Yeah, the Sooners have looked really good on the mound. I mean, Commodores only 3 hits on the day.
Outside, ball 3 to Wade. Vanderbilt has been terrific here at home this season. 19-5, looking for their 20th win here at the Hawk. The real important numbers, though, 7-7 in SEC play. Oklahoma at 6-8. 3-1 pitch. Wade takes ball 4 and a good start.
Yeah, this is a Vanderbilt team that knows exactly the blueprint to come back in the 9th, and this is kind of looking like it, Kevin. If you're Oklahoma, yeah, you got to find a way to keep these guys off base. A tying run there at first.
Sooners got a big double play in the 9th inning last night. They lead by a run here with Rigdon coming up. He's been on base twice with walks. 0 for 1 officially with a run scored. Wade at first, puts down the bunt. It is a good one. Wade advances out at first. Tying run in scoring position. Sack bunt by Rigdon.
I don't think he could drop down a more perfect bunt right here, Kevin. And right there, making third baseman Johnson come in and get it. Far enough from the pitcher. Exactly how you do it right there.
Pinch hitter for Vanderbilt, Carter Johnstone, will be taken down, and Mac Whitcomb will come into bat. .333, 3 home runs. Tying run at second base with 1 out. Cleveland misses high for a ball.
We also saw him drop down that squeeze play against Tennessee in the 16th inning, so definitely he is used to this type of pressure coming through.
Got that bunt down to win the game. Here looking for a base hit. Straight back, 1-1. That was OVC Player of the Year at Tennessee Tech last season. Ready for a 1-1 pitch. To the screen, a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was one that Whitcomb probably wants back. I mean, that was a fastball right down the chute. Just missed right underneath it and fouled it off. Probably going to get some junk here from Cleveland.
1-2.
Went back upstairs.
2-ball, 2-strike count after the fastball misses. This team over the last couple seasons has been a walk-off machine here at Hawkins Field. 2-2 pitch and a huge strikeout recorded by Cleveland. He fans the pinch hitter Whitcomb. 2 outs, and Reynolds coming up.
He went 94 in the eyes pitch before and then comes inside 92. Was not able to catch up with it.
Now another pinch hitter for Vanderbilt, Chris Maldonado, the senior. Tying run, still at second base. Leadoff walk by Riker Wade. Rigdon got the bunt down to get him to second, but a big strikeout. Oklahoma an out away from a big series win here in Nashville. Maldonado swinging a foul tip. Four homers, 20 RBIs, 258 his average. Veteran player from New Jersey. One strike pitch to the screen, and now the Sooners are a strike away. Can Vandy put one in play, get that run home? Maldonado calls time. Down 2 strikes. Commodores down to their final strike. Bottom of the 9th with 2 outs.
It's tough coming off the bench, you know, seeing live pitching and trying to get those hands working. Nice job calling time there from Maldonado, trying to get locked in here for this 0-2 pitch.
Cleveland trying to close it out. High for a ball. Maldonado can reach. Mike Mancini would bat next. 1-run game in the 9th. 1-2 to the pinch hitter. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Maldonado thought about it. A nice pitch there from Cleveland.
They tried to get him to swing at the fastball up. The 2-2 with 2 outs. Fly ball center field, walk. Says, I got it. And Oklahoma takes 2 out of 3 as Cleveland records a save for the 2nd day in a row. Second road series of SEC play for the Sooners. They take it 6-5.
That was a hard-fought series win right there for the Sooners. I mean, there are a lot of punches thrown going back to Thursday, but man, Commodores, the walks killed them today. Just couldn't get a lot going offensively, but yeah, Sooners got to feel excited about going back to Norman.
The key hit for Oklahoma, Kyle Branch, an RBI single in the 8th to break a 5-5 tie. Oklahoma goes to 7-8 in SEC play at the midpoint. Vanderbilt also 7-8. For Andrew Harris, Doug Stanton, our entire SEC Network crew, Kevin Ingram saying so long from Nashville, a presentation of the SEC Network.